Hey guys, so I'm super excited to bring you this video today. Just want to start off by saying I work at Sephora and brands send us gratis so that we can test things out before they're released or right when they're released so that we can sell them and we know what they're like. I was one of the lucky cast members who got to go to a training in the city with Priscilla Ono, Rihanna's makeup artist, so I learned a lot about the products back in August. So I have a little bit of more experience with this than just one day. Like, this is an actual review, not just a first impression. So the two things that I got are the Pro Filt'r foundation, and then I have the Killawatt highlighter. This one is in the shade Hustla Baby and Mean Money. So Mean Money is the more subtle highlight, and then Hustla Baby is a little more intense. It has a slight pink shift to it, but it's really beautiful. The main thing I want to say with this foundation is it is actually a very matte foundation. It's a medium to full coverage. You can build it up if you want to. I'm not a big fan of building up foundations, but when you build this one up, it doesn't look heavier. No matter how much you put on it, this looks super natural and skin-like. I am in the shade 120. I'm just going to start with one pump. I like to use a brush. There is a sponge in this line. That's really nice. I like it better than the Beauty Blender. So as you can see, the color when I first put it on looks pretty light, but these foundations do have a dry down, so they look a little darker when they're done. And they do pretty much set themselves. It's sweat proof. I like to use a brush just because I feel like I get a little bit more coverage. I'm a full coverage kind of person, so I would probably never use this with just a sponge just because then it wouldn't be enough coverage for me. So, something that I think is really important to know, this foundation is meant for every skin type, but that's all based on your skin prep. If you don't prep your skin properly, the foundation won't look good. So, if you have dry skin, you really need to make sure you exfoliate and moisturize and prime for things that would suit your skin. And if you're oily, same thing, but you could use their primer. I know some people who use the primer and they have dry skin and it works fine, but it doesn't work for everybody. So I would just go into your local Sephora and try it out. Lighting always makes things look a lot lighter. I'm going to zoom you in. Still looks super skin-like. I would say it's like a high-medium coverage with just one layer and a brush, but you can build it up like I said. I'm going to finish the rest of my face just so you can see it all together, and then I'm going to go on to the review. So the rest of my face is on, and I'm sure you could see the color matches my neck a lot better than it did before. So now I'm going to go in with that highlighter. First I'm going to go in with the more subtle ones just so you can see. I kind of prefer this one just because it's not shimmery really, it like has this sheen to it. I just prefer something more subtle. But I like that you have the option to build it up, and these can be used as eyeshadows. You can put it on top of a lip to make that look more intense. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the other side, which is Hustla Baby. So as you can see, that's super intense, and it's like a peachy kind of gold. So that's my face with the Fenty products that I have. If you want to know about the other products or you have questions, I'll do my best to help you down below just because I have tried them. So The main reason I wanted to do this video, I wasn't going to do it because I was like, everyone is going to do this. It's just going to be unnecessary. But the foundation is more than I expected. A lot of foundations that come out that are matte don't stay long on me and don't control my oil, and they tend to separate around my chin and around my nose. But this one didn't. I'm going to insert pictures from the other day when I wore it. And these pictures are from after it being on for 10 hours, and it didn't separate at all. The only thing that happens to me all the time, is right here, I creased. It's just because I smiled on that side, and I crease there all the time. So I could just put eyeshadow primer there if I remember, but I never do. I'm really excited about this foundation. I'm glad they have so many different shades. I'm losing my voice, and I don't know why. I've been setting it with my NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat powder, and I feel like it's been working out well. I do want to quickly mention the blotting powder. I use that throughout the day too. At work, I don't own it, but I have used it throughout the day, and you can use it over and over again, and it doesn't cake up at all. It's actually a really beautiful powder, and it works well on every skin tone. There's no flashback or like ashiness at all, which I was afraid of because I didn't believe them when they said that. So now, onto the highlighters. The Kilowatt Duo. There are a few different shades of this. I wish I got the lighter one, but this is the one they gave me. The deeper ones I could use as a blush. It's really nice that these have so many different ways you can use them. I really am excited for what she brings out next. The sticks. I probably will get a contour stick and a shimmer stick. I won't get one that would go under the eyes. I didn't like it under the eyes. I found it to be a little dry looking and crepey no matter what. Try it for yourself. The contour sticks are beautiful. If you're in the light fair category, they recommend the shade called Amber, which looks super gray in the stick, but it actually looks really beautiful on, and I'm kind of bummed I didn't buy it today. I'll probably get it tomorrow. But it looks so natural that like it doesn't even look like you have a contour on. And then the shimmer sticks are beautiful. They have some that are really bright that you could use as a lip or a blush. You can use them as eyeshadows. They are all a matte formula, so they dry down. Some people aren't too happy about that, but the reason they did the matte formula is because if you have something too creamy on top of your foundation, it would move the foundation when you were using it. So all the products were made so that they can be used together and layered together without messing up what was underneath it, basically. The shade range is awesome. I know a lot of other brands, since this released, have been pointing out that they also have 40 shades or, you know, a little bit more or a little bit less, but those brands have like 90% of the shades in the middle, and then like 5 deep shades that are all barely dark enough, and then like 5 super light shades that are not at all the right undertone for someone who's light, or not even light enough. Like, there are so many foundation companies, for me personally, that their lightest shade is not even light enough for me when I have a tan. Like Laura Mercier's new foundation. Way too dark for me, even when I had a tan, which is a bummer because it's nice, but that's what I appreciate about the shade range. You could have 50 shades and they could all be wrong, but there's a diverse amount of shades, and I think she tried really hard, and I'm really glad that it sat so well on my face every time I wore it. I don't know how to describe it, but some foundations I feel like they're on my skin and I can't move my face, because if I do, that's what will break it up. This one I don't feel it, so I feel like it moves with my skin, and I think that's why it works so well for me and will work well for most people. Obviously the main thing is, based on your skin type, to really prep. Even if you don't get this foundation, if you're not prepping your skin properly or taking care of your skin properly, your makeup is going to look like shit either way. So just take care of it, and then your foundation will look even better. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I don't know what I'm missing out. Oh, the prices. The prices are awesome. The foundation, I believe, was $34. The reason she priced them that way was because a large amount of her audience, they realized shop at MAC, and they wanted to stick around their price range so that they would transfer over to Sephora. So yeah, price is awesome. Super in love with the foundation. I might get another shade. I don't know. I feel like it's wearable, but it could be slightly too neutral. I'm like a little bit olive. I don't know. We'll see. In person, it looks fine. But on camera, I'm like, maybe not. I'm so excited about this. Let me just read the claims, because I totally didn't do that. The Pro Filt'r Soft Matte Long Wear Foundation is long wearing, light as air, medium to full coverage, totally agree with that. Oil free, doesn't clog pores. I've worn it 3 times for 3 full days, and I haven't broken out at all, so I'm going to have to agree with that. An instantly smooth, shine-free look. Definitely shine-free. I don't think it's smoothing any texture. It's not accentuating it, but I don't think it's like blurring anything. Climate adaptive technology, sweat and humidity resistant. So that's really cool. I'm not a super sweaty person, so I'm not going to be able to test that out for you guys. And it's soft matte finish that lets skin look like skin. Totally agree. This is the most skin-like foundation I've tried that has this amount of coverage. Super cool, super exciting. Let me know if you want me to try anything out that I didn't. I know there aren't a ton of products in the brand, but there are some things that I want to get. The blotting powder I'm totally buying because I've never had a blotting powder that I could so easily use throughout the day that didn't make my skin look shitty. It made my skin look beautiful and like velvety. And the little brush they have that, it doesn't come with it, but it's recommended to buy with it, magnetizes to it, so when you throw it in your bag you don't have to search for a brush, and it comes with a cap for the brush. I'm sorry. I'm very excited about everything that came out. If you like a super full coverage foundation, you might not love this, but try it out yourself, see how you like it building it up. It does build well. I'm just not a fan of building foundations on myself. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to stop because I'm rambling and this whole video is just all over the place. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Let me know if you've tried anything below, and I'm going to leave my shade and other foundations down below just to reference so that you guys have a easier time if you're around my shade at least.